An integral part of maintenance and storage is maintaining a clean, organized, and uncluttered work area. That means keeping the space clear of trip hazards, such as discarded blades, tangled cords, and work debris. Not only can people be injured by tripping, but they can also injure others, especially when there are power tools being used. Imagine someone careening into you as you're in the middle of cutting something. You may or may not be able to keep your hands clear of the blade when being jostled. When your reciprocating saw is not being used, it's important to take certain safety measures. First of all, if you're performing some basic maintenance, like changing the blade or performing repairs, make sure to disconnect the power so that you can't turn on the saw by mistake. You should never leave your saw unattended, even if it's turned off, if it's still coasting, running without power before it comes to a complete stop. And when you're finished using your saw, it should be stored in a dry, secure place. Now, as to maintenance, we've talked about how your employer has to ensure regular maintenance. And we've gone over how you should check your saw before every use to see if it's still in good working order. But what about when you have to take it out of service for more extensive maintenance and repair? Well, you have to take extra measures to ensure that the tool cannot be turned on by anyone, whether on purpose or by mistake. OSHA's Control of Hazardous Energy Standard 29 CFR 1910-147, Lockout/Tagout, requires that companies have a procedure to ensure that any equipment posing a risk of releasing hazardous energy is not accidentally energized when it's out of commission as required. In the case of reciprocating saws, the hazardous energy is the movement of the blade. When the saw is turned on, this energy is released and can injure someone. Cord and plug tools like reciprocating saws are exempt from full lockout/tagout if they are unplugged and the plug remains under the worker's exclusive control, meaning the plug stays in their hands, sight, immediate reach, or is locked inside a toolbox or container that only they can access. Lockout means that the equipment is disabled and secured, such that no one can turn it on while it's out of commission. And tagout means that the equipment is labeled as dangerous to turn on. OSHA leaves it to the employer to determine how they will lock people out of the equipment and tag it. But they must have a procedure in place and train employees to use it.